I love Muni golf. And when I say Muni golf, I'm talking about public golf, whether it's owned by a municipality or a county or a state park or whatever. But I love Muni golf. I love the feel and the ambiance and the fact that it's inclusive. You know, many of my great friends as an adult I've met as strangers on the first tee of Muni golf courses after getting paired up. You know, and I love it. You just pay your green fee, grab your sticks, go out and knock it around, talk in between the shots, laugh, have fun out in the fresh air. What's better than that? And of all the great municipal courses I've been lucky enough to play over the years, Torrey Pines Golf Club, just north of San Diego, with its north and south courses, is just about as good as it gets. And Torrey Pines sits on a wonderful piece of land just inland from La Jolla, a charming seaside community, again, just north of San Diego. And by the way, this area has the greatest golf weather in the world. The average daily temperature is 70.5 degrees. Perfect. And the 36 holes at Torrey Pines sit on a long, broad bluff that looks out over the Pacific. You have mesmerizing sea views that just go on forever. And a lot of the reason this area is so unspoiled and beautiful, probably some of the most unspoiled land in very populated Southern California, is due to the Torrey pine itself. And the namesake of the course is the Torrey pine. The Torrey pine is the rarest pine tree in North America. It only exists in two places on our continent. Right there along the golf course, as well as the Torrey Pines State Reserve, which abuts the course, 2,000 acres, which is a joyous state park and well worth a visit. And also 175 miles away on Santa Rosa Island, just offshore from Santa Barbara. That's it. They don't exist anywhere else. There's only 3,000 of them left. And I love how unusual and cool they are, and the fact that they lend their elegance and rarity to the game of golf, especially municipal golf. And what fantastic municipal golf this is. The South Course is by far the more famous of the two 18s. It was originally designed by William Bell Sr. in 1957, and it stood the test of time. It's held the PGA Championship there in San Diego for over 50 years, but the course was strengthened and toughened both in the early 2000s as well as 2019 by Reese Jones, who came in and made a very tough course even more challenging. Other than Bethpage Black, where I play a lot now because I live in the New York City area, I can't think of a public venue that is more difficult and better suited for a major championship than Torrey Pines South. And the South Course at Torrey Pines can be a brute. With the renovations by Reese Jones, it can be now stretched out to 7,800 yards, and that's almost at sea level. So you got to really whack the ball hard to get around this course with any hope of a good score. And the great holes at Torrey Pines have been my favorites for many years. For example, the par 3 third now plays 200 yards from the back tees. You hit it straight downhill, right towards the water. You can see the hang gliders and parasailers out in the distance, and you hope you hit the putting surface. There's ravine to the left, ravine behind the hole that just goes straight down the sea cliffs. Very difficult. Then you have the splendid par 4 fourth, 450 yards or so, right along the top of the sea cliff, and you gotta hit your ball hard twice to get to the green in regulation. Very, very tricky green. By the way, the greens at Torrey Pines South and the North Course too are very tricky. They have a very strong grain that goes to the west, which has to be factored in on almost every putt. Then you have the par 4 seventh, 460 yards or so, dog leg right, the #1 handicap hole on the golf course. The ravine and trees on the right, rough and bunkers on the left. You got to get your ball in the fairway with any hopes of hitting this elusive green. Then you have the 12th, the par 4 12th, 500 yards uphill into the breeze, and you got, again, just smash your ball twice to get anywhere near the green in 2 shots. I mean, the great holes just go on and on and on at Torrey. And then we have probably the most famous hole on the golf course, which is the par 5 18th, which now plays 570 yards from the back tee. There's water just short left of the green, and that makes going for the green into a real tough decision. It's been the site of many victories and many calamities over the years. And the 18th is where Tiger made that incredible putt on the last day of regulation to tie Rocco Mediate in the 2008 US Open. I don't know how he made the putt. It's an incredible putt. He went on the next day to win the event on one leg, one of the greatest feats in US Open history on one of the great municipal courses anywhere. And don't forget about the North Course at Torrey Pines, which I've long loved. I've played the North Course probably twice as many times as the South Course. For one thing, it's easier to get on. It's not quite as demanded as the South Course, and it's a good 4 or 5 shots easier. It still plays over 7,200 yards after a recent design by Tom Weiskopf and his design team. And most notably, they switched the 9s. So now one of the great holes from the front is now a fantastic hole on the back. And that's the 15th hole, par 3, downhill, 200 yards, very reminiscent of the 3rd hole on the South Course. And it's long been one of the most difficult par 3s on the PGA Tour. That's followed by the par 4, 16th, uphill, dogleg right. And they took some of the fire out of the green. The green had become too difficult, where even the best players in the world weren't able to keep their ball on the green with a wedge in their hands. 2 fantastic holes. I love the North Course. Go play them both. So there you have it. The North and South Course at Torrey Pines. What a municipal golf complex it is. And by the way, it's a busy place. They have about 160,000 rounds a year between the 2 courses. Incredible weather, very avid local golfers. Green fees on the South Course run $202 from Monday to Thursday, and it's $252 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. The North Course, the green fees are $122 during the week, and then $152 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. You can make reservations 90 days in advance on their website or by calling them. Go get in the singles line like I've done almost virtually every time I've ever played the golf course. And by the way, they also keep open the first tee times for the first 30 to 60 minutes when they open for walk-ups and singles. So that's another way to do it. Go play the North and South courses. Check out those incredibly rare Torrey Pines and play municipal golf. See you next time on Have Clubs, Will Travel. Take care.